everybody, welcome back to the channel. Super excited today. Haven't done one of these in a while. We're going to do another live coaching. I know you guys request that a lot. And today I have with me another VoiceOver School community member, Harley Taylor. Harley, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Jesse?
Good. So tell everybody watching, when did you start VoiceOver? How did you get into it? How's it going so far?
Well, I started by getting some training done in like early 2023. Got some demos done, I'm sure too early. So I'm getting retraining essentially at this point so I can get ready to do that again. But so far it's been pretty good. I've been on voices.com and Voice 123 for a few months, and I book here and there. So I'm always just looking for ways to improve.
Nice. So when you say you got your demo done too early, what do you mean? Can you expand upon that a little bit?
So I connected to my training with the program that I was in. There was a dedicated time frame to get the demos done too. So at the end of the training, which I absolutely love my coach, I still, on occasion work with him to this day. I wasn't ready for the demos, and I can listen to the demos now and know how I perform and when I book now, and I can hear the difference. So
Yeah, totally. Well, that's the thing. I hope it wasn't too crazy expensive, but it's kind of a trap in the beginning when people get into voiceover. I don't know why, but we always think that we need to get the demo as a first step. And, demos can be pretty pricey. The top people, if you work with like the top demo producers, it can cost upward of like $2,500. So you definitely want to wait to get that done. I always like to say, wait until you've made enough money in voiceover where you can afford to pay for it from the money that you've earned from voiceover. But feel free to completely ignore that advice, everybody that's watching, and do your own thing. And just the thing about voiceover is it can be a game of mistakes in a way. Mistakes in voiceover are unavoidable. And the cool thing is they're not really mistakes because you're always going to learn from them and always go forward. When you got that demo done originally, you're probably super proud of it, right?
oh yeah, 100%. It felt
Yeah.
great. I was like, yes, I'm a real professional now.
But now
And
you can do better, right?
exactly. That
So the
that's the
cool thing
thing.
is it shows how much you've grown in that time, which is great, right?
100%.
Great. Well, today we're going to show everybody how much you've grown. You better get this right. I'm just kidding. This is not a test. For anybody who hasn't seen this before, as I get this script together, this isn't a test at all. We're just going to go through it. I'm going to try and push you in the right direction. Maybe you knock it out of the park right away, and I learned something today. So either way, we're talking about Volunteer State Bank. Volunteer. Okay, cool. Volunteer State Bank. I don't know this bank personally, but why don't you go ahead and give us a data read, a tech read, as Dave Beeson calls it, just from the top to the bottom, no performance, just get your mouth around the words, just kind of a practice read kind of thing to understand what you're talking.
Okay. Volunteer State Bank is now Volunteer Bank. We're proud to introduce a new look for a name you've trusted for 48 years. This change goes beyond appearance. It reflects our deep roots in Middle Tennessee and our commitment to the place that we call home. It's a symbol of how we're evolving to better serve you, while staying true to the values that built us. Whatever your next step may be, we volunteer to help you take it. Volunteer Bank, the home state advantage. Learn more at volunteer.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Okay, cool. So first off, do you know Volunteer State Bank? Do you know this place?
I do not.
Okay, that's all good. Let me ask you this. Do you know a bank?
I do. My personal bank. I love them. They're great.
That's great. That's perfect. That's great to know. Which bank is it?
Actually, Westcom Credit Union.
West Con Credit Union? Com?
It's like WESCOM. It's a credit
Oh,
union.
Westcom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, cool. Westcom Bank Credit Union?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. What do you like about them?
I like that the fees, there have been times when we've had fees that they're not really strict about waiving fees if it's like a first time error or something like that. They're really personable when you go into the location. Like they know you, they remember you, and you know them because they're not constantly cycling through employees. Like they treat everybody well.
That is absolutely perfect. And I would say that what they've been able to achieve with you is what I would say most banks, 99% of them, try to do. They all want to be personable. They all,
Yeah.
especially the big ones, they all want to make you feel like, they're your buddy. They're your friend. You're just coming home to do a banking transaction. They're with you every step of the way. So bring that energy, just like you were talking to me about it right now, to this. Don't do it too buttoned up, just nice and cash, Probably
Okay.
tried a few different ways, but hit me with a casual buddy. It's Westcom that you're talking about. Don't think about random volunteer state bank. We don't know what that is, if that's even a real bank.
Okay, so think about Westcom. All right.
Yeah.
Volunteer State Bank is now Volunteer Bank. We're proud to introduce a new look for a name you've trusted for 48 years. This change goes beyond appearance. It reflects our deep roots in Middle Tennessee and our commitment to the place that we call home. It's a symbol of how we're evolving to better serve you, while staying true to the values that built us. Whatever your next step may be, we volunteer to help you take it. Volunteer Bank, the home state advantage. Learn more at volunteer.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Excellent read. Excellent read. Who cares about the fumbles? You can edit those out. I do it all the time.
Right.
Now, the conversational, authentic thing, you've got that down. You sounded friendly, but it was also a little bit matter of fact. So I'm going to ask you to amp up the upbeatness a little bit. You didn't do it wrong by any means, but I want to hear, like, what if you're just a little bit more upbeat? And it's a big thing. You're changing from volunteer state bank, volunteer spank, everybody. This is the PG-13 read. Volunteer spanking. Volunteer state bank is now volunteer bank. What if you got a little excited about that? You love this place. You know what I mean? In this, you're kind of a representative of the bank here, right? So you want to be the employee who just loves working for this bank, but not over the top. Can we keep that authentic, natural, conversational, but just amp it up a little bit?
Volunteer State Bank is now Volunteer Bank. We're proud to introduce a new look for a name you've trusted for 48 years. This change goes beyond appearance. It reflects our deep roots in Middle Tennessee and our commitment to the place that we call home. It's a symbol of how we're evolving to better serve you, while staying true to the values that built us. Whatever your next step may be, we volunteer to help you take it. Volunteer Bank, the home state advantage. Learn more at volunteer.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I love that read. I love it. How'd that feel?
That felt good.
Good. And I'll tell you why I loved it, because you got out of your own way and you caught something that I didn't even catch the first time I read this, where you said, we volunteer to help you take it. Like,
Yeah.
that's like a play on the name of the bank.
Right.
That's really smart. Not too many people will catch that, but it's really cool that you did. And I don't know if you would have nailed it as well as you did if you premeditated that. You probably, let me ask you, when you got to that, did it just kind of hit you in the moment to say it that way?
Yeah, it just kind of came out that, hey, they probably want emphasis because it's the same name of their bank.
Yeah. And because you did that in the moment, it came across as totally authentic.
Right.
That's not to say that you can't premeditate it, but if you do, it probably comes across a little bit disingenuous. So always follow your impulses.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to throw a little bit of a curveball at you.
All right.
Why don't you throw me, we know you can do what they want. You can give them the nice, friendly, casual, upbeat take. You can go any direction you want. So can pretty much every other professional voice actor out there.
Right.
So how do you put your personal stamp on it? I want you to be an artist on this one.
Okay.
Throw a curve, think about it for a second, and then just fly by the seat of your pants. Think about how you can put the Harley stamp on this.
Well, we'll try. Okay. Yeah. Hey, did you know? Volunteer State Bank is now Volunteer Bank. We're proud to introduce a new look for a name you've trusted for 48 years. This change goes beyond appearance. It reflects our deep roots in Middle Tennessee and our commitment to the place that we call home. It's a symbol of how we're evolving to better serve you, while staying true to the values that built us. Whatever your next step may be, we volunteer to help you take it. Volunteer Bank, the home state advantage. Learn more at volunteer.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Great. I would say that's a little bit more of a radio read. It's like walking a fine line of almost going into announcer territory, but that's not bad. And I don't mean that in a bad way. And I think people throw around the word announcer as like a bad word way too much, because they definitely ask for those reads still. They're still a thing. But in radio, when you don't have maybe a little bit of music to back you up, but there's no visuals or anything, your voice has to carry it a little bit more. That's why sometimes when you hear the radio ads, they're a little bit more pushed, a little bit more exuberant, maybe, if that's even the right word. But I'm going to throw
word.
Thanks. I don't know if I used it right. I failed high school. That's why I'm a voice actor. It's a perfect job for me. But I'm doing better than most people that graduated from college. So cheers to dropouts.
There you go.
Okay. They've come back and said, listen, this isn't a radio ad. This is a TV ad. In fact, we want this to be super inspirational. We're going to have like piano and violins going on in the background. We're going to have it as start off as black and white, and then the sky is going to come in and everything's going to move to color and all this stuff. And it's just really melodramatic. And they just want you to just keep it right down here, you know, Volunteer State Bank. Nice and inspirational, whatever that means to you. Don't copy what I did because it was terrible.
Okay. All right. All right, let's give that a crack.
Don't lose your authenticity.
Volunteer. Something about that word, man. Okay.
Well, one thing too is like, you know, especially in an audition, you look at that first line where it says Volunteer State Bank is now Volunteer Bank. You can put a big long ass pause if you want, and it feels authentic to you.
Okay.
Because most people are going to say Volunteer State Bank is now Volunteer Bank. Volunteer State Bank is now, and they're going to hear that over and over and over. So you could even just go Volunteer State Bank is now Volunteer Bank. You know what I mean? Like really drag it out. And that's going to draw them in just to set you apart.
Okay.
It'll also increase the drama. Try it on for size. It may not work for you, but try it on.
Volunteer State Bank is now Volunteer Bank. We're proud to introduce a new look for a name you've trusted for 48 years. This change goes beyond appearance. It reflects our deep roots in Middle Tennessee and our commitment to the place that we call home. It's a symbol of how we're evolving to better serve you, while staying true to the values that built us. Whatever your next step may be, we volunteer to help you take it. Volunteer Bank, the home state advantage. Learn more at volunteer.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Okay, good read. I don't think it fits this. I think it was a little bit too serious. Can you add a bit of a smile into it just to warm it up? Add that friendliness back in. But I think that pacing is great, and you can throw it away a little bit more. You're pretty articulate in some spots, hitting every single consonant, every single phrase. You can mash things together. Be messy. You're a human, you know?
Okay. All right. Volunteer State Bank is now Volunteer Bank. We're proud to introduce a new look for a name you've trusted for 48 years. This change goes beyond appearance. It reflects our deep roots in Middle Tennessee and our commitment to the place that we call home. It's a symbol of how we're evolving to better serve you, while staying true to the values that built us. Whatever your next step may be, we volunteer to help you take it. Volunteer Bank, the home state advantage. Learn more at volunteer.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Good at that read. I don't think that read is going to fit this spot, in my personal opinion, but that may be something that they ask you for. So thank you for going there. I think the upbeat stuff might suit it a little bit more. But now that we've taken it two different, like really extreme ways and also ended up in the middle, why don't you throw everything I've asked you to do away and do this again how you think it feels authentic to you? And I promise you, some of the stuff in all the reads you did is going to show up. Don't try to do anything, but just be you.
Okay.
All right?
Volunteer State Bank is now Volunteer Bank. We're proud to introduce a new look for a name you've trusted for 48 years. This change goes beyond appearance. It reflects our deep roots in Middle Tennessee and our commitment to the place that we call home. It's a symbol of how we're evolving to better serve you, while staying true to the values that built us. Whatever your next step may be, we volunteer to help you take it. Volunteer Bank, the home state advantage. Learn more at volunteer.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Very good. You know, you've got a lot of talent, and you're able to pretty much do whatever anybody asks of you. What do you think right now is standing in your way of booking more? You say you're booking here and there, and I refuse to accept that. You should be working all the time.
And that's really the reason. I know we've kind of talked about it in passing in VO school, but really the big thing is just my timing, because I have my 5-year-old at home right now. She'll be old enough for kindergarten this year. So I'm really hoping to like really ramp it up in the fall. But right now I'm just, if I'm perfectly honest, I don't even hit like 10 auditions every day. It's pretty
That's the only
rare.
thing that's holding you back.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that you're still booking and only getting 10 auditions a day, that's fantastic. There's also another path. Like the path that I cut out for everybody, that's the path that I took. but you can feel free to skip steps. I still think that if you're not doing pay to play like voices.com, voice123, and agents, if you're missing one of those, I think that you're leaving money on the table. But in your case, I think that it might be advantageous to get to the agent stage as quick as you can, because those jobs allot you a lot more time to get to them. So if you got multiple agents and you got another 10 auditions a day from them, and you could add that to the 10 auditions your day you're doing on pay to play. So now you're doing 20. And the jobs that you'll get from your agents often are a lot bigger than the jobs that you'll find on pay to play sites. Not always, sometimes they're smaller. But that's where you get like the really big ones. Like I book back road truckers through an agent. I don't think that I would be able to do that on pay to play sites. And likewise, the Orange Theory tag where it paid me like $30,000 for like 15, not even a 15-second spot. And I think you're ready for that kind of stuff. You know, I know you want to get a new demo done. I've heard the demo you got. It's pretty good. The one
I'll
that you're
take
hating
your
on.
word for it. Then.
It's pretty good. It doesn't sound like a newbie demo. Agents don't always, it's easy once you get a start and you have like a professional demo, everything's set up, total professional level. You got a show and all that stuff, makes it easier to get an agent, but that's not the only way to get one. There's several members in the community that have sent out to top agents without professional demos and have heard back. I think that it's time for you to start getting your package together. You got a website?
I have my website, yes.
Yeah. Make sure it's
I'm
like
thinking it needs some tweaks, I think, but yeah,
tweak it, but don't wait too long. And also the fall's not that far away, but I would start leaning into that because like me personally, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys think Harley is ready for representation? Personally, I think so. But let us know in the comments what you think. And sometimes you got to leap before you're ready. So, you got to work with the time you got. And if it's not a lot, then fuck it. You got to take a bit of a different path. But eventually you're going to get it all together, especially when your 5-year-old gets into kindergarten. It's going to give you a lot more time. So thank you so much for jumping on the channel today and taking part in the coaching and going with all my weird direction and everything. You crushed it.
Thank you.
No problem. So thanks so much for joining us, and thanks everybody for checking this out. And if you're interested in doing voiceover, check out the links below. There's many ways to work with me. Other than that, I'm Jesse. This is Harley, and we will see you next time.